Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing a stronger Thai baht and the impact that may have on retirees here in Thailand. Thought of making this video after reading a recent article from the Bangkok Post. That's bangkokpost.com. Article is titled, "Baht Strengthens as Fed Expected to Stay Put." Quoting directly, the baht gained against the softening U.S. dollar as some investors expect the U.S. Federal Reserve to maintain its policy rate at its meeting scheduled for this week. The baht opened at 35.38 to the dollar on Tuesday, appreciating from the previous day's close of 35.58. The local currency moved in a range of 35.28 to 35.45 to the dollar and closed at 35.35 on Tuesday. It is worth noting that in a historical context, especially roughly last, let's call it 10, 15 years, 10, 12 years at least, this is a pretty good, quote unquote, exchange rate for Americans or those who are coming into Thailand dollar denominated in terms of their assets or in terms of their savings. This is a pretty good exchange rate, all things considered, if you look at it historically. Now, as they noted, the baht strengthened, or I should say, strengthened a little bit against the softening quote-unquote dollar, and that had an impact on, the overall exchange rate. Now, again, if the U.S. dollar gets weaker, then those who have their primary assets and their primary cash flow in terms of things like pensions in dollars are going to have some, it's going to have an impact on them. Their purchasing power is going to decrease. Again, that said, 35-1 is a pretty good exchange rate, all things considered, in a more historical context. Yes, I can remember when I first got here and the range was more like 38 to 36. And I do remember bringing in, when I first bought a condo here in Thailand, bringing in money to buy that condo when it was at the 36 mark. So again, I have seen it better in terms of purchasing power for the US dollar within the Thai baht economy. But that said, it's been a lot worse. I remember when it was 28 and change to 1, and that was not good for anybody out here. So the thing, though, to take away from this video is, yes, this can have an impact on retirees, especially those with fixed incomes or those who are basically living off of assets in their retirement years, because, again, their relative purchasing power can erode as a result of a change in the exchange rate. Now, again, 35-1 is a pretty good rate, all things considered. There are some who make determinations to bring in money at various points in order to avail themselves of a, if you will, of a favorable exchange rate. Something to keep in mind now, especially with the changes that have occurred January 1, 2024 with regard to rescission of certain memoranda associated with money coming into Thailand. There may be tax ramifications for folks bringing money into Thailand. That's definitely something that one should think about. And if you don't understand the full ramifications of Thailand's tax regime, it may not be a terrible idea to contact a legal professional, gain some insight and guidance into how best to proceed.